Today, students, we are going to solve the same quadratic equation that we solved last using another method. This method is completing the square method. Now, the first of all is that step 1, we transfer the constant to the right hand side. Transfer constant to the right hand side. So this now becomes 2x squared minus 3x is equal to, when this plus 1, because this is the constant now, when it's taken to the right, the sign will change to minus, so it becomes minus 1. So this is what we have. Then step 2, since the coefficient of the unknown to second degree is 2, the coefficient is 2, we have to divide the whole equation by 2. So this one, so equation divided by 2. So this now becomes 2x squared minus 3x all over 2. This one is equal to minus 1 over 2. So this one implies that 2x squared all over 2 minus 3x all over 2. This one is equal to minus 1 over 2. So this is what we have. Now, when 2 nullifies 2, so it becomes x squared. So we have x squared minus 3 all over 2x is equal to minus half. So this now is what we have now. What we do now is to divide. We are going to do three operations almost simultaneously. 3 operations. 1, we divide the coefficient of the unknown to first degree by 2. Then we now multiply it. That is, we square it. Then finally we add it to both sides. So that's what we are going to do now. We are going to we're going to divide the coefficient of the unknown to first degree by 2. Then, so this is what I mean. The coefficient of the unknown to first degree is minus 3 over 2. So we have minus 3 over 2. Now this one, we divide it by 2. We divide it by 2. Then later we now square it. Then finally we add what we have to both sides. So this now becomes minus 3 over 2. Then divided by 2. But this 2 is 2 over 1. That is 2 over 1. So this now becomes then square. We square it. Now this now becomes minus 3 over 2 divided by, that means times, you now turn the fraction, 1 over 2. So it becomes 1 over 2. That is 3 over 2 times 1 over 2. Then this one now becomes all squared. This now becomes 3 times 1 is 3. That is minus 3 all over 4. Then all squared. This now becomes 3 squared is 9, because when the minus is squared, then it becomes positive. So it becomes 3 times 3, that is 9. Then all over 4 times 4, that is 16. So we are going to add this 9 over 16 to both sides. So it now becomes x squared minus 3 over 2x, then plus 9. So this one, we add this one to this side. We add this one to the right hand side. So now this now becomes minus 3 all over 4 squared. All this one is equal to minus half, then plus 9 over 16. So this is what we have now. Then we know that this one squared is this one. So we have added it to both sides now. That's left hand side and right hand side. So the next step now, we are going to take one s from here. X. Then we now add this one. Minus 3 over 4. Then we now put it all squared. If you expand this one, you will obtain this one. So x minus 3 over 4 all squared, this one is equal to minus 1 over 2 plus 9 over 16. Now, let us expand the right hand side first. The right hand side. Let us expand it first. So if we expand it, we now have minus 1 over 2 plus 9 over 16. Now the LCM of 2 and 16 is 16. Then 16 divided by 2, this one is 8. So 8 times 1, this one becomes minus 8. This becomes minus 8, then plus 6 divided by 16, that is 1. 1 times 9, this one is 9. So this now becomes minus 8 plus 9, that is plus 1. This one becomes 1 over 16. Now, we put this one in a square form. This 1 over 16 we put in the square form. If we put in the square form, this now becomes the square root of 1 all over the square root of 16. This now becomes the square root of 1 is still 1. The square root of 16 is now 4. So this now becomes 1. This is 1 over 4. Therefore, 1 over 16 is equal to 1 over 4 all squared. So that's what we have now. Then this one is the right hand side now. Then now at the left hand side, this is what we have now. S minus 3 over 4 is equal to squared is equal to 1 over 4 all squared. So this now becomes to clean here, Abi? Yes, no. I clean. So this now becomes x minus 3 over 4 all squared. This one is equal to this one becomes 1 over 4 all squared. But remember that so this is what we have now. Then the next step is to take square root on both sides. Take square root on both sides. Taking square root of both sides, we have the square root of x minus 3 over 4 minus 3 over 4 the square root of 3 over 4 is also the square root of 1 over 4 all squared. Now, take note, the square root sign, if you square it, because in square root sign, we have a 2. a hidden 2. So these 2 we cancel these 2. So it now becomes the original quantity again. So it becomes x minus 3 over 4. Now, this one is also is equal to the same thing again. If this one is a square root, instead of square root, there is a hidden 2. So this 2 here, the hidden 2, this 2 will cancel this 2. So this sign of square root will go away. But if there's no square root, we will not cancel this 2. So that now becomes, so this 2 will cancel this 2. So it becomes 1 over 4. But we know that minus times minus is equal to plus. Also, plus times plus is also equal to plus. That's why this plus here is both plus and minus. So that's why x minus 3 over 4 is equal to plus and minus 1/4. Now, the next step now is to make x the subject. Making x the subject. The subject. So this one becomes, therefore, we have x is equal to, now, plus and minus 1 over 4. Then when this minus 3/4 goes to this side, the sign will change to positive. So it becomes plus 3 over 4. So x is equal to, we first of all treat the positive before the negative. So what we have now, we are treating the positive first now to find the value of s now. So the LCM of 4 and 4 is 4. Then 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So it is plus 1 now. Plus 1. Then put this sign, plus again. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. So plus 3. So this one becomes plus 1 and plus 3. That is 1 is plus 4. That is 4 over 4. That's why this is now 1. That's why 1 is one of the answers. Then, or the second answer now becomes, we now take the negative sign now. The LCM of 4 and 4 is 4. Then 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 1, 1. So it becomes minus 1 now. Minus 1. Then put the sign plus. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 3 is plus 3. So this now becomes minus 1 plus 3. This now becomes plus 2 all over 4. And 2 can cancel. 2 cancel 2. 1. 2 cancel 4. 2. That's why it is a half. That's why the x, therefore, x is either 1 or half. This is what we have to that time. So during subsequent lectures, we will have more of it. So I want you to use as an example, to take home example, 3x squared, then minus 4x, then plus 1 equal to 0. So do this one as homework. 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So solve this one as a assignment. So thank you for listening to our video, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and also try to try to beat your tones top button. Thank you very much.